to give. Actually, with.
All right, everybody, I guess we'll get going here. So we can get out on time. And. I wonder if County Frost is gonna. Log in because he wanted to be here to do this presentation. I need to double check.
Is he coming in on Zoom or something?
I don't know. He was gonna be at the last one, but
Mhm.
we rescheduled for now, so.
It's been a long time, right?
It was a little while ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to look at the minutes.
It's right
to
after he
see.
got elected, I think.
Yeah, I think he was coming for a bit, but I think the past year he hasn't,
I think he was here
Bill.
one time.
him and Bill are our representatives.
Yeah,
Well,
Bill,
never
Bill
mind.
works.
The
Okay.
liaisons, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that Joe might. Huh?
Probably for the village.
Yeah.
Oh.
The village has one, and we had two from the town.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll get started.
We're recording, right?
Yes, I heard. I probably
Okay.
had it.
Is it?
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Who's taking minutes? I've done it the last 2 times, so I'd love to not take minutes.
I can do minutes.
All right, it'll do. Thanks, Ed. All right, so, we have January's minutes. Everybody got a copy? So are there any edits, changes, et cetera, that we need to do to that? We thank you, Grace.
Mm.
So does anybody want to make a motion to accept them?
I'll make a motion.
Deb,
One
second?
second.
Grace, second for own. Okay.
Oh, sorry, can I second my own?
Yeah, I guess you can. We're such an official board here, commission, you know. So any further discussion? No. So all those in favor? Aye. Elaine?
Aye.
Okay, that's that. Ed's gonna be the minutes taker. I haven't heard anything. That going to the next item, no, any new applicants, so it's come up for discussion here probably again. As if because we're almost every time now, we're pushing it back a week every single time, so. Is there a better day?
I mean-
What's gonna be, when we move to the evening or what?
I
Does
just,
everybody think?
my thoughts are, I think we need to think about why people don't want to be on the board. Like, I definitely, because I feel like usually the other committees and boards generally get filled up, like they have applicants.
Right.
And for some reason we don't. My own personal thought is I feel like we don't have a lot of autonomy or power to really do anything because we don't have a budget. Like all we can do is sort of express our hopes and dreams and maybe, the village doesn't have any money, so we can't go to them. So that's one hindrance. We can go to the town, maybe, the town's pretty, I feel like they're pretty open to what we come forward with. So I don't know, it's sort of a pseudo, you just don't have a lot of power to really do anything
Yeah.
too meaningful.
And the one thing that's, Hank noticed is we're supposed to sort of work on the budget.
Yeah, we are supposed to submit a budget.
Yeah, for the town,
And the village.
Parks Rec and the youth or whatever.
Mhm.
They've always pushed against that, I think.
We
right?
Yeah.
did, we did last year, and I think pretty successfully.
We'll put some ideas.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of us just doing it.
Yeah.
Because we just did it last year.
Yeah, and it was pretty successful. Most
Yeah,
of
but I
us-
mean the whole doesn't, because if you read the bylaws, they're like, what activities are you gonna do,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. I mean,
All the
it's pretty
programs, we're supposed to be
extensive.
budgeting for the program when we first.
Yeah,
announced
yeah,
it.
exactly. So I mean, it's more entailed than just asking for, 5 or 6 items. or
Yeah.
whatever.
But it's also disheartening when, like, Deb's trying to do the softball league, and I feel like you're getting a lot of pushback from the village. So it's,
Well, they made a decision this week. Actually, they were gonna hand the softball park over to the town,
great.
the new manager. But he
Okay,
decided against it and another league came in and is now going to use the field. So
Who came
So
in?
you can't use the field?
oh, we can, but it's,
Who came in?
Like, we can get to the softball. Sorry. I just
yeah,
want to
that's
say,
all right.
there is a lot of pushback, even the trash cans,
it's actually right.
So Wayne had gotten approval for a certain type of trash can, we had to go back, it was like this whole debacle, to get a different trash can, which ended up working out, but being on this. Then is, you need to be ready for the frustrations.
Yeah,
That's true with anybody that's submitting budget items to the town. The town might, they manage the budget very closely and they reserve the right and often do change, budgetary requests at the town board level.
Yeah.
Usually to make them cheaper, spend less money. That's,
yeah,
Yeah.
they do that all the time with everybody.
yeah.
All the other boards and commissions.
Well, their levy went up quite a bit
Yeah.
for this past year,
So I
so.
got another thing, so I'm just getting back to people joining. Is it you think people don't know? Not saying about publicity or stuff like that, but like I didn't know what this was.
Right,
And I kind of really wanted to get involved because of softball, because I knew it was a part. And then finding out everything that you guys do. Or want to do, so do other people know that? I guess. it's just
probably
word of
limits
mouth.
whoever follows and, sees from the town meetings or something. I don't know if anybody even watches their YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, I don't know.
Yeah, Lena's idea was, and it's been discussed before, was to move it to the evening or some other time. During the day, and I don't know how many of us would. This might be jumping here.
Yeah, we mentioned it in coffee too. We had made a few announcements. Oh, no, we made more than a few announcements. I mean, I haven't been to a coffee meeting in quite a while, but
Good morning.
we didn't really get anyone from that either.
It's just that, that's why Rich couldn't. go.
Hello?
It's people during the morning, it's hard.
Mhm.
Somebody came in, where are they?
Tried, hold on, we're trying.
That's the phone. I guess we've been doing the early morning, because,
Most of us wanted to
yeah.
do it in the
But,
morning,
that-
and not give it the evening.
Mhm.
It kind of works for a working schedule, depending on, your work schedule. If you have a 9 o'clock start, you can make it or a 9:30, but.
Oh, it's Mike, hey, Mike.
Hey,
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Good morning.
Oh, you muted.
We can't hear you.
you're muted, Mike.
There you.
You have to unmute yourself if you want to speak.
You're showing
Your
up.
microphone says you're muted. Oh,
Okay.
you have a connection issue. So I don't know, what's.
There he goes. Now he's unmuted.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I mean, is there a better morning than Thursday, than the third Thursday or anything with people's schedules? I mean, I'm pretty good for any time.
Me too.
Well, this time it's perfect for me, but
Ed,
Day really doesn't matter that much to me, just the job is fine.
so it's really for a vacation. How about you, Alina? Because you were saying you thought maybe Thursdays might be an issue for you.
Yeah, Thursday's gonna be a problem for me. I'm trying to figure it out, but
Would a
I don't
different,
think we should change it on my account. But I feel like our issue recruiting new people is such that we shouldn't disrupt the meeting time and lose anyone because we can't find anyone else,
mhm.
well, changing the morning is not gonna be a big deal. If if you always have to be away on Thursday, we'll change it to Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever.
I mean, I can't always be here on a Tuesday.
Or Tuesday, so it looks like Wednesday would be the alternative. If we go
Wednesday could work.
Mhm.
Wednesday, so shall we? So I'm gonna probably change this for next month then. We'll let.
Well, I think we should poll
You'll be
everybody and
around
make
for-
sure.
Yeah, we should ask the full group.
Yeah,
Well, it's us and Doug. That's it.
yeah.
Until we find somebody,
This is-
3 other people. We're the group. If, like I say, if 2 of us can't be here,
We're done.
I'm not, but why would we bother without a quorum, right? I mean, we can come in and talk, but I don't know if anybody wants to really do that. All right, well, we can text or email Doug, and if we do, when the next one comes out, I'll let you know. Cause Monday isn't gonna be good, there's too many holidays.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is the third Wednesday, okay, you want a different Wednesday?
Or Any Wednesday. works for me.
So
Yeah, it doesn't make a
go for
difference to me.
third
I
Wednesday.
don't have a schedule.
Yeah, at least we're going in the same week when we change up to a different day.
And that's good, that helps me out for the next one, because I have a staff retreat all day on the 19th.
Okay, all right, awesome. So we'll try and move it to the to the 18th. As the day after St. Patrick's Day, everyone be okay for that?
Actually, I'm not gonna be around, most of March. I'm going
Okay.
down to the south to hang out with my son.
All right, so. Well, we'll make, Doug, I think will be in.
Yeah, he said he was back for
So,
March.
I think we'll be okay for next month. All right, so I guess that's settled. It looks like, John Frost isn't gonna be here. You know, they're all getting the emails, so, and he never responded, so I have no idea. Going back to the new applicants too, I had sent an email to Nick Werner, the village manager. Cause he had been at the noonday club meeting in January. And I brought up about the bike racks and now the signs and stuff like that, so he said to email him, and then I invited him to join the commission, because you know, he doesn't really vote for the village,
Mhm.
and I haven't gotten a response, so. We'll see where that goes. I guess I'll have to follow up with him there.
Has the, town done their, organizational meeting and appointed new liaisons or?
They're the same, Joe.
Same
Yeah,
liaisons, yeah.
same ones. I'm not sure about the village. But was it Milsari or?
Miss Sally told me she
It
was
was.
gonna go.
Okay. So I guess we can move on to the rail trail. You know, anybody has any updates, input?
I've been on it so long.
It's got snowed under, so. Someone suggested to me, and Hank, you would be able to answer this, maybe even Ed. When, you know, in the preserve in the Minnewaska, they're grooming for cross-country skiing. How do you do it when you got, you know, over a foot of snow to get it started?
You basically do it through the season and you need specialized expensive equipment.
You do.
Yeah.
It's not like because they thought maybe a snowmobile.
Because a snowmobile and then, that's kind of the minimum kind of setup is a heavy duty snowmobile with, equipment that you kind of hydraulically control on the back of it, something that's.
So it creates tracks.
Yeah, it can track, it can, you know, kind of scarify it when it gets icy to soften it
Right.
up and push the air out of it, roll the air out of it. So there's three elements, you know, it's chopping it up, rolling it and then setting traditional track. You know, the equipment to do that, you know, a heavy duty sled and that rig, and say it's about, $30,000 or $40,000.
So that's not even on the table.
Ellenville has snowmobile, I wonder if it's.
Yeah,
They do?
You know, yeah, they
yeah, the
do.
golf course, if they still,
They have it, because when we were digging out the tubing lanes
Yeah.
several weeks ago,
Yeah.
they were. You know, because we obviously had to pack down the snow and go down the tubes. He was hauling us back up
okay.
on the snowmobile, but it did start leaking oil, so I don't know if it's like operational.
I think the other thing, that you know, like when you groom, because it's a big effort, it takes a lot of kind of staff time or
Mhm.
volunteer time.
Yeah,
Most places also make an effort, which might not be popular with the rail trail, to restrict usage to skiers. And, you know, limit hikers, dog walkers, so
during the winter, you mean?
when there's enough snow to groom for skiing, because it kind of destroys it for
ruins it,
skiing.
Yeah,
So-
we have to block off trails that we groom. We put out custom maps for the winter to make sure that folks are knowing they can use the trails. Hike on these trails, you know, have
Yeah.
some kind of.
Minnewaska does the same thing, and then signage indicating which trails are open to skiing and which ones are, so it's pretty involved.
Yes,
That's
I
what
mean,
I
that
would
was a
say.
suggestion, just to, like, oh, just run the snowmobile,
I mean, you can do-
down and back, and then maybe
It-
somebody might.
Honestly, if
Try
you
it.
just got rolling equipment to flatten out the snow and you didn't restrict usage, it would make it okay for skiing, and dog walkers and pedestrians would love it because consolidated snow is easy to walk on, you don't
Yeah.
plunge into it. So just rolling it with a snowmobile would probably be,
I'm assuming nobody went down with a snowshoe, or, you know, because they went snowshoe down, but I don't even think anybody did that, because I went and looked yesterday.
no tracks on it.
Yeah, there might have been one down, but I didn't really, you know, notice. didn't seem like there were a lot of people that would be on it, so.
Yeah, there are also some people who like to use like backcountry skis and just kind
Yeah.
of do their own thing.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Usually make a track. This past snowfall this week, I haven't gone yet, but I've been making a track on the rail trail just with my skis.
Okay.
With your skis, yeah.
All right, so they didn't think they
Fun.
were, so.
But I've only ever seen one other person skiing out there.
Mhm.
Might be Christian, sorry,
Mhm.
that's down the other end there.
I also go to Minnewaska.
I see that that the trash cans are out there.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah, that's great.
but did it look like, or there isn't, if you gotta lift up the top because it's not a hole cut in it, or no, I couldn't
I
quite.
haven't seen them yet. I haven't gone
Yeah.
over there.
Have you noticed, Alina?
I haven't, I like totally missed them
Yeah.
the
Well,
last time I went because I was
really,
skiing.
because right as you go in, they're on the right hand side instead.
Yeah, I saw the photo.
Yeah, so there at least is something, they're there.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and even the one up, we haven't had any bear issues.
Well, yeah, there's no bears
Well, I
out.
mean, even since they put them in, so,
We'll see how that goes.
yeah, going forward. All right, anything else on any of the rail trails or the parks or
You know,
anything?
the consultants, that are working on the rail trail in Kerhonkson are, I'd say, pushing through the environmental review stuff to section 106. And hopefully we're gonna get that thing, under construction or at least bid this year.
So that's the north end. past
Yeah,
the-
that's,
past the
basically,
prison property.
4455 down to, Fort Bend, basically.
Okay, well, that's good.
Excuse me, to, intersection of Fordmore and Burn,
Okay.
1 point.
So that's only a little part of it, still goes from further from there right there.
Yeah, it's just over a mile, it's like 1.2 miles, that section.
Okay, well, that'd be good to get done.
Mhm.
So nothing else there, Stewart application renewals, I think a few of us put them in last
Mhm.
month, so. They're out there. We're moving along pretty quick here. I don't know if anybody looked at John Frost, that attachment that was in the email.
I did, it was
So-
interesting.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's how parks drive the economy,
Mhm.
is basically what he wanted to talk about.
Mhm.
What was the spend, like $1 spent on a park will result in like a 1 point something in economic or money coming back in, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, so that's the investment you mean, right?
Mhm.
The investment, you get your investment back, I guess is
Mhm.
what they're saying. It's not directly, obviously, but for the area. All right, so I guess we'll, move on to any old business overlooked that anybody wanna bring up?
I was just gonna mention that I spoke with the mayor and it looks like March 23rd, Monday, March 23rd is when we will present the dog park to the village trustees. That seems like a good date. And Deb, it would especially be great. I'll email folks as we get a little closer, but it would especially be great to have you there, maybe to speak about, the issues you've had on the softball field with the lack of a dedicated off-leash dog space. Is Deb here?
Sorry for my voice. Unfortunately, the village manager has eliminated us from speaking for softball.
What?
What?
Come again? How can you do that?
But because a new league has come into the field. So it's now a shared facility. So because we are not the sole users, we're not paying for garbage anymore. We're not gonna do the other stuff that we took care of. So bringing all that stuff up now would be mute. He just had a meeting with us and he sent a letter out, which I will forward you guys so you can read it, where he puts out what the village is gonna do with the softball field.
Are they gonna take care of those maintenance items that you own?
No. But nobody is, cause now Now 4 entities are using the field.
But how can nobody do it then?
Why do people pay taxes?
How can nobody, you have to collect the garbage if people are gathering there.
The village is gonna do the garbage.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna charge, they're gonna supply some kind of garbage. And each entity is gonna pay,
Yeah,
A
permit
portion.
fee, yeah.
and the water body. So there isn't one person doing anything. And as far as fixing stuff, they have no money, so we're dropping everything. And let the ball roll where it's gonna roll.
Cutting the grass with,
Cause we have to share everything now with 4 people, 4 different organizations.
Mike might be able to answer that, but are you gonna be responsible? You're the
So it's the school,
department, Mike, for cutting the grass there? No,
Mike knows it.
still on mute.
You're muted.
You're on mute. You're mute.
Yeah,
Look at the
mute.
bottom, there's a microphone.
Yeah, hit the microphone button and it
There's
should
a line through it.
uncross it and then,
Hello?
There you go. Welcome.
Hey, Mike,
Mike,
I don't know why I can't hear you, but
Oh,
very low. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Yes.
we can definitely hear you.
Okay, as far as cutting the grass, they just had a meeting. And it's to stand as it's always been that we have always cut grass on Thursdays and Fridays.
yep,
And not particularly for special games and stuff like that. So that's been our routine as far as long as I've been here.
Mike, what do you?
Outside of that, like I said, if it's something that's on a Monday or Tuesday games, Wednesdays, whenever they are, special things, we try to cut the grass Thursdays and Fridays so that it goes in through the weekend. And for some reason, if we wasn't able for weather conditions to get to it, that would be up to the softball league as they have cut it when they wanted it to accommodate them.
What we're talking about, I don't know if you wanna tell them, but we're talking,
I still can't hear y'all.
what she's been saying is the village has a new plan because there's now 4 different leagues using it. And,
talking about the lake fixing and stuff like that. I don't know if he knows.
Hold on,
you wanna try again, you could explain it better than me.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
go ahead. I have to speak to the phone with it on my ear. Go ahead.
What we're talking about is, like, the lights are going bad. There's other stuff. We're not talking about the cutting of the grass.
Okay. The lights, you're talking about the lights at the
Yes,
softball field lights?
yes.
Okay, what I would say with that, which is, I've always knew there was an issue with the lights. And I know because it's on the agenda about the softball lights being replaced. There's gonna be other issues talked to about, the security of the thing and whatever lights need to be replaced, the light bulbs, then we just would have to address that. And any maintenance that needs to be going forward, just to be addressed and being taken care of in this new calendar year.
But when the lights, I thought to replace them all at one shot with LED and then be done with it, or no?
I don't know now.
Okay, that was the idea.
That was the idea originally, but everything's changed
Yeah,
since this other entity has joined. So I
So
don't
what's the
know.
4th,
well, it's
school?
Yeah, uses it till May.
Yeah, the school always has, right?
All right, so they're gonna have to share some of the,
Yeah, so it's school, your league.
it's spring flag football. The summer issues 2 days a week. And we have a new softball league called United something.
I see.
So that's.
spring or fall is the, flag football.
No, she changed it to spring.
Oh, spring, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
What is this new softball league? Why don't they just join your league?
Because it's a political thing. They didn't like some board members.
Oh.
Just, they started out on their own. They were given 3 days a week. So,
So much drama in softball world.
When I
You should see
I-
Will.
So, Deb, I think that even if you're not the sole softball league person, I was still wondering if you would be up for coming to the meeting where we present the dog park proposal, just to speak to your experience of like, dealing with the dog waste in the softball field in the past.
I'll be there. Yes. I'll be
Okay, cool. Okay. And it would be great if folks could mark their calendar for March 23rd. And if you have, anybody that who's interested in the topic and wants to come either to speak about it or just hear the presentation, that would be really great. I mean, we've presented it a number of times, but now Coffee has officially like voted on their side. For the funding from them and the commitment, and we have like the detailed project proposal. So that's what I'll be presenting.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get across this finish lines this year with this.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So when does that start on Monday night too?
6 p.m. 6 p.m. on the 23rd.
That's right.
And they do the Zoom presentations now, which is probably what I will have to do, but I think it's actually it's kind of good because I can present slides that way and yeah. So we'll see. I'm going to try to be there in person if I can.
No other old business, I take it. Any new business?
Go ahead, I have new business.
I just I've been working, I think I might have mentioned this here, I've been working, with some folks in the town of Rochester to, I don't know if people are familiar, it's gonna sound confusing, but Rochester has a Burn Road Park, which is, on Burn Road, and it's a little, kind of a picnic area and parking lot, right on the Rondout Creek. And, it's a great place to launch a canoe, except that it's a canoe or a kayak, but it's muddy and dangerous to launch, so I've been working with people on the town of Rochester Parks and Environmental Conservation Commission to basically improve that so it's a safe, durable spot to launch kayaks and canoes. So we're in the process. There's somebody on there who's a landscape architect. They're drawing up plans. We've had a couple of meetings with the DEC and have opened up, a permit application to make the install. And then kind of the idea of it is to keep the cost down. The town has dedicated some money for a budget, and the town highway department is likely to be doing the construction part of it. And I think it's a good model there's a couple of, if you look at those set of maps there to the left, one of the things that the Environmental Conservation Commission did a while ago was identify 5 or 6 spots along the Rondout Creek in the town of Warsing that are owned by the DEC or the town, where you could do something similar. So I think it's a model we could use to maybe do something further upstream on the creek. Because it's actually a great stream to paddle. Yeah.
One more piece of old business, if we're just before we move on, especially since Mike is here. I just wanted to ask about if you have a schedule, Mike, this spring for installing the remaining bike racks.
Yes,
And also
there'll be a schedule for also the bike racks and for the Little League sign for them to be installed.
the rail trail signs, like I don't know where we were at with that. Grace, that's more Grace's thing.
It was just pending, it was gonna get done last year, and then paving happened, and then fall cleanup happened, and then winter happened, so hopefully it'll get.
Well,
solved.
yes, we did. It was more so that when I did schedule it, and I did it through Dig Safe for those signs to be done on Canal Street, both signs, and the one on Little League Lane. One of the issues was there was water main breaks that disrupted my schedule through whatchamacallit, because you usually have like a 12-day time to get it done with a dig safe notice. So I never ever try not to do things and get things done. It's just when things get overwhelming and we got a lot of work to do. It's just some things just fall back.
Mike, do we have to do a dig safe to put in, like T-stake for signs? You know, like,
You're supposed to do a dig safe throughout the whole tri-state New York, even
Oh.
if you dig a shovel in the ground.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I thought it was only if you
Yeah.
use the excavator or something like that.
Nope, nope. If you dig a shovel and you put posts in the ground, telephone poles, street sign posts, all of that's supposed to be done and dig safe is supposed to be notified.
Yep. We've got, we're planning to reinstall the sign at Lippman Park. It's
Yep.
3-seater. It's like the one for Burn Road Park. It's 3-seater poles. So
Gotcha.
we're gonna do that in the spring. And we'll have some volunteer help with that, from the Renegades Bike Club. And it might be possible to get those signs pounded in too, because I don't think we need heavy equipment for that. It's really, sign pounding in posts and bolting up signs. So as that's pulling closer, maybe I can coordinate with you and, you can get the dig safe stuff done, and with that group, we can pound in those 3 signs and bolt them up.
Okay,
Is that?
absolutely.
that
Any
might-
help?
Yeah,
I'm always up to any help
Yep.
if needed.
I'll reach out to you. It'll probably be in April sometime, and, we should
Okay,
take that off your plate maybe.
yep. And that's if I don't have them, done already. Absolutely.
Yeah, you never know, you might get a shot at getting them done too, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe you won't be busy this spring, what do you think?
Oh,
Cross your fingers. There's always something,
always something, believe me.
Oh, yeah.
Grace, did you have something?
I do. So Barb Hoff messaged me. She said, I'd love to try to get a grant from the county for a shuttle from Ellenville exclusively for Sam's Point every weekend. So people come in and they're upset because they drive up and they can't get in. And she feels like it hurts tourism. She said, I'd love to have a discussion. I don't know. She also wants to talk about the rail trail connection. It is what it is. Anyways, yeah, she wants a shuttle, and I was like, well, I know we've had that shuttle before, and I feel like, I don't know what the ridership was on that other county shuttle. She seems to think that shuttle was a joke. It was poorly advertised, and it was only on Saturdays.
It wasn't every Saturday, no.
Well,
Right.
so they did a pilot,
Yeah,
and for 2 years, they did a pilot just like that on Saturdays. Last year, they moved it to more service, and they eliminated the Ellenville section.
Hmm.
That's what happened. So it goes, instead of coming down 209 from Kingston, it goes over to, I guess it starts at New Paltz and it hits the Minnewaska trailhead and the Mohawk trailheads on 4455.
comes down 32 or whatever.
Yeah, but it doesn't come over into the Roundup. So I think that's the way that we should approach it, is getting Ellenville back in that
Get it
circuit.
back on there.
Yeah, because they've increased the bus service.
Yeah.
Called the Nature Bus.
The nature bus, yeah.
Yeah,
You wouldn't know why they
She-
eliminated it, do you?
I feel like I'm unclear.
ridership was low.
It was low, right? That's what I thought I heard, it was low.
I mean, they dropped people, they ran that to the park I was running, and we get 0 people, 3 people in a day. Really, not a lot of people were using it.
Can I pass Barb your email?
Of course.
She was like, well, I'd like to talk to Hank about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, she would ideally like it to be something that's run by the town and the village. I mean, the village has no money, so I don't know.
Real expensive to run.
Yeah, I'm sure it's expensive. I'm sure the insurance is a nightmare. I don't know how often. I feel like she wants it.
To make them work,
Saturday and Sunday.
yeah, to make them work, she's right. I mean, it went like 3 times a day. It's like a big circle. You have to really plan out your day and to make them really work for what she's talking about, like people driving up here, stopping in the village. You have to run them every 45 minutes or something.
I think that's what she wants, is a shuttle to keep laughing.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, if she wants to try to rustle up funding for it, I feel like go for it. I told her I would talk to everyone about it, see if anyone had concerns.
I'm pretty familiar with it. I know that, the county did another iteration of the nature bus like 15 years ago, which was unsuccessful, 15, 20 years ago.
Mhm.
So I kind of know the history of them. I think it's popular about it.
Okay, cool. And then one other thing, Elena and I had talked about this probably a couple years ago. We had sort of loosely brainstormed the idea of having, Bob Mangles be one of those parks. You know, the parks where they have just like native plants and wildlife,
Yeah,
fancy weeds. And then it's like a raised platform that kind of, you're sort of at the height of all the plants. And then it's like, it loops around, like I've been to several of those parks and I think they're very cool. And I know we can't do a lot at Bob Mangles because it's a flood control zone. And it's also one of the most beautiful views, I personally think, of the ridge. So I just, in my like fantasy land would be this cool park where you could do this like walk around. Maybe there would be sort of steps that went down, because I know a lot of people fish in that area and we wouldn't want them like trampling the plants. So it'd be nice to have a bunch of native plants in the area. And it could also potentially have like educational signage, kind of, I don't know, talking about whatever plants and insects are in the area or the ridge itself. There's just a lot of.
The educator at the park that I worked at developed it. She did a survey of the existing trees and plants there. And she, basically has in the can ready to go, like all the information to put signs on the trees with the name of the tree.
Bob Mangles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, but that's in.
I feel like if we were gonna pose any kind of budget request, like this is a good example of like we could work over, I'm sure it would take a few years, but just to like really build support for this idea and bring it to the town.
Yeah.
I think the town, that's a town park.
Yeah, and it's called the Botanical Garden, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not for the inside fenced in part of the botanical. It sounds like.
Oh, outside.
This is the outside part where the rocks, I don't know,
Yeah.
I haven't been over there, I don't know if the rocks are still there. It's just,
Last
It's
time I went,
fun.
they're still there.
they're still
A
there.
while ago, yeah.
I should try to, I know Elliot, I think, was talking with the DEC. Maybe I'll try to get his contact from them. So we can get that, or maybe I'll reach out to the new village manager and be like, hey, can you talk to Elliot about this?
Yeah, the project I was talking about was inside the.
It's in the fence. I think this, because the outside part is just sort of nothing, which
Yeah.
is fine, but I think it could be something really cool and like sort of.
Yeah,
like-
there's a really sweet little loop there. Also, when we looked into it for the dog park, I mean, there's a lot of precedent in New York State for plantings in flood zones that also like absorb water and achieve the goals of the flood zone.
Yep.
So Paul Lozito knows a lot about that because of his work on climate resilience.
Yep.
But I really feel like this is just there's probably like a very low cost version of this that we could really try to do. And I think we do need some support, monetarily from the town to like mostly for signage and then some plantings. But they also do mow the outer walkway. Like the walkway is mowed in the high season.
Mhm.
And so like it would just be
Outside of the fence,
yeah.
yeah.
The part
yeah, over on the berm.
Yeah.
So like the berm that goes toward the sewer plant. It's just like a perfect walkway.
Yeah, no.
I might
So-
go with the town workshops and just sort of like loosely float the idea and see if anyone.
I think it would be smart to try and talk to Johnny first, actually,
Yeah.
and like see how we could, integrate it with some of the stuff he learned at that parks workshop, and also get a sense of like what's the best way to bring this up.
Mhm.
I know that Mary Shealy, when she was the village manager, had a concept of turning that into like a river walk kind of thing.
That would be cool too.
But kind of ran up against the thing that you run up against, which is the designated flood control, a federal flood control system. So kind of gets tricky putting any kind of infrastructure or permanent stuff on it.
There's also the town.
Right, but if all if the only infrastructure is a sign,
No,
Or-
yeah. Her concept was broader than just, she wanted to put in like a decent, like a rail trail type structure there or whatever.
right, I just think we
Are you
can't.
talking about the dike wall between the, excuse me, between the school and the stream?
But the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
side,
On the
Mike.
other side.
On the other side, on the
By
Bob
the-
Mangle
By
side.
the ambulance squad, the rescue squad.
Yeah,
Mangles Park there, where they had salt
Oh, yeah,
all those years.
yeah, that's all flood control, so I don't,
Well, that's just wondering if you could build like a raised walkway. Obviously, if there's a flood, it probably will get destroyed, but it's not too much infrastructure
well,
it's.
well, I will tell you this, any form of boring and drilling is totally against the whole project, Army Corps of Engineers. They even have been fighting for years with the woodchucks boring holes, which they spend a lot of money doing. And once again, I'm not saying it to be against it. I'm only sharing my knowledge of knowing
No,
the
it's great.
flood control and and the dike walls of the purpose of those walls.
Yeah,
So to put anything in there, I know it's
Right.
that from my knowledge,
In the
is
levee.
really not allowed.
okay.
Yeah, in the levee,
levee
but I think
itself, how about-
planting I think you might be able to do something with planting in the area
Yes.
in between the park and the levee walls,
Yes,
That's right.
On the other side, you're saying,
Yeah.
between the.
It just stays a road path maybe with plantings and. I guess if you're putting signs in the ground, that could potentially be the same problem. I don't know. I think it's something that we should maybe just speak to the town
Plenty of
about.
fence for there too, but I thought when I was in there was actually some signs of what some of the trees were. Now they might be gone.
Oh.
There were at one point.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were way back
Put the
from when they,
signs on, I don't know, or you mean talking?
There's
when they initially probably created the botanical gardens. I think all that stuff was identified that you're talking about.
That's
But,
important.
those signs are probably what, 20 or 30 years old, and they're probably, if they're even there, you can't read them. Sort of like the sign on the fence as you enter it, you can't even read it, and that's another sign that really needs to be replaced, yeah. So, but that would be on the town, that's something that we could ask. Or, it's the one that says no dogs allowed too, of course. Dogs are in there, but as they are on the softball field and everywhere else.
Mhm.
This is a great idea and it has some budget wrapped around it. So I guess my question is like, when do we start working on some budget items?
Well,
What was-
the sooner the better, because they start in like August or
I think
September, yeah,
August was the meeting,
the first
I
one.
think. Elena went last year, right? You're the one I think who went. Was it August?
It's on their calendar.
Yeah. So we should
I
probably
think so.
stuff now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we could make that an agenda item for the next meeting to like just a brainstorming session or,
Yeah, we could just do the same thing. I mean, it was really simple. I just put
Yeah.
together that Google Doc
Mhm.
and we just kept asking for it and submitting it and sending it around and we can make a really simple
Yeah.
proposal.
We
Yeah,
really should
and-
push for the litmus surveys
With a-
too.
Yep, and do it in alignment with the town's budget process.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely strained, I guess.
Mhm.
I'm sure they didn't want to up the levy like they did for this current year, but they needed to. As did the village. All right, anything else? Mike, you have anything?
No, I'm good. Oh.
All right, with that, I guess we'd adjourn and I'll send it out for a Wednesday the 18th. For next month, instead of Thursday we'll find out from Doug. I'll try and send him either a text or an email to see if that's good for him.
Okay.
We'll need to know quicker.
I may be able to call in on 18th possibly.
Okay, all right, that would be great, man. So I might want to I might send it out a week ahead of time so that I know by Monday morning instead of, because really the agenda should be up on at least 24 hours in advance, so. We want them to put them up by the end of the day on Monday or something, or Friday, but it seems like everybody can make it. All right, we'll adjourn here and, we'll see you next month. Thank you.
Next one is it's on the radar for meetings to change to Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,